guys, I'm back again. As promised, I said I'll be back as soon as I've settled in with university, and it's been a couple of months now since I've started uni again, and now I'm just back as promised. Just to what I wanted to talk to you about today, guys, is just regarding university, the application process, what you need to consider and what you need to consider before and after. I have got a few notes that I've made here that I'm just going to share with you. The first thing that you need to consider is the application process. You need to know how you're going to do your application, where your application needs to go, and what's the deadline. Obviously here in the UK there is like a one-stop shop for universities, which is like an organization called UCAS, where you can launch your application, and you have a list of all the universities that are available and the courses that they offer. Obviously, previous to this, what you can do is, if you're doing your GCSEs or your O-levels or A-levels, what you need to do if you're not sure of what's available, if you have a university of choice or that you somewhere that you think you might want to go and study at university, what you can do, you can contact them and ask for a prospectus, which can give you details about the university itself and what courses they offer. I think that's a good start, really. And obviously, once you've done your application, or once you've thought about your application process, I know sometimes if you're doing A-levels or GCSEs, you need to wait for your results, that sometimes they can offer you conditional offers and stuff like that. But obviously with the universities, do your research of your university of choice, what courses they offer, what the funding is like, and how sometimes you have got like a student pages where a student can talk about their experiences of being at that university. Also, just those are some of things that could help you with deciding, you know, which university that you need to go to. But obviously the biggest thing that's going to help you decide is what you want to do at university, and obviously what you want to do after you've finished. Obviously, the other thing you need to consider is the funding, the tuition fee side of it. I know in England they're you can obviously have your tuition fees paid, and you can also receive maintenance grants and maintenance loans, and obviously other few extras that come depending on which part of the country you live in. As you all know, the tuition fees have risen absolutely. I think it's ridiculous in a way, the amount of fees that these universities are charging now. It used to be only £3,400 about 3 years ago, and it just shot 3 times to that, to £9,000. So obviously going to university is not something that a decision that you have to take lightly. It's something that you really need to give a lot of thought to. And because, like I say, it's £9,000 just for your tuition fees, and that doesn't include your maintenance and you know, you're spending money, your accommodation and stuff like that. So it's quite a tough choice. But if you have all the information that you need, and if you've done all your research before you start, then you are on the right track. Also, if you can, try and get a lot of experience as well in the field that you want to go on to study. For me, I want to start psychology. Well, I wanted to study psychology, and I'm studying psychology now, but mine is a joint degree with psychology and early childhood studies. It was quite difficult for me to get into work experience, because obviously if you're working in the psychology field, you're working with vulnerable people, so it was a bit difficult for me to get the work experience. But if other disciplines out there, you can actually get some experience. You can do voluntary work, you can do part-time paid work for a period of time, or you can just work during your school holidays. That's if you're in high school. So you have at least some experience of what you want to study, and if it's actually what you thought it would be, because that was one of my problems. I didn't do as much research as I could, and I didn't do any work experience at all. So it was when I started doing it, I wasn't sure that this is I was sure to begin with, but now as I'm going through the course, I'm still not 100% sure if it's the right path for me to take doing this undergraduate. Not obviously the field of psychology is definitely what I want to do, but the actual course itself, I'm not quite sure if that's what's going to get me where I need to get, but we'll see, since I'm still, I'm in my second year now and I'm halfway through that. So obviously it's a fault on my part. I should have planned things a little bit better, done my research, done some work experience as well to see what it involves. The other thing that I want to talk about is the actual university and the actual course that they offer. I know sometimes it's quite easy to be tempted to say, oh, I'm just going to pick fashion, or I'm just going to pick psychology, for example, or I'm just going to pick social work, or anything for that matter. You need to think very carefully about your choice, because it's not just, it's 3 years of your life, it's £9,000 a year. I know, fair enough, you might not be paying it for other people, they might not be paying it upfront, but it's money that you still have to pay back. So make the right decision, make sure you're on the right path, make sure you're studying the right course, make sure you're studying at the right university. And the only best advice I can give is do your research. Do your research on all those aspects of, university life, university courses, the university itself. Just give yourself time to be able to find out these things before you actually start your course, because sometimes once you start, it can be quite difficult for you to change or stop because some of the financial ties that come with it. And like I say, it can be quite an enjoyable experience if you plan, or it's like anything in life, if you plan anything in life, then you're always gonna, at least you have a direction. So that would be my advice, guys. I mean, that's about it. If there's anything else that you want me to talk about regarding university, just leave your comments down below and I'll be happy to discuss it. But my main advice is make the right decision, make the right choice, be on the path that you want to be on, because this is not just for the 3 years that you're studying. This is something that you're going to carry with for the rest of your life. So just, be a bit more cautious and a bit more careful when making this decision. So that's about it I wanted to share with you. Like I say, if there's anything that you want me to talk about or discuss about regarding university or anything else for that matter, leave your comments down below and I'll do as best as I can to reply and try and upload more. So obviously I'm going to try and upload more videos, but sometimes it's very difficult because you need some inspiration. Obviously this was something that I had to talk about because it's something that I'm going through in my life right now, so I thought I would just share with you. But like I say, leave your comments down below and please subscribe, and thank you for tuning in.